What's up?
Yeah, Nikki Sixx right here.
Dean Del Rey.
How are you guys?
I'm excited that you're here. We're going to be doing a live book signing. And, you know, I've never done one of these before, so it's kind of cool. Have you done one of these?
No.
So you're a virgin?
Yeah,
okay.
I am. Yeah.
That's cool.
Thanks for having me.
I'm super
It's like
stoked.
a Make-A-Wish.
It is?
Is that right?
Well, I brought you some presents.
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay, so check this out. When we did the Prayers for the Damned, Prayers for the Blessed album for 6 a.m., the double album, I had these picks made. One says damned, one says blessed.
Awesome.
So that's kind of cool. Only fans can get those.
Wow.
Okay, so here's another one. Here's another 6 a.m. pick.
Nice. You play with a pick.
Play with the pick?
Yep.
Yeah, here's another one.
Wow.
So these are kind of cool. This one's really cool. It's on Motley Crue's final tour. It says Goodbye 2015. These red ones are only made for Europe.
Oh, man.
So fans in Europe have those, but very few people in America. That's pretty cool.
This is rad.
This is actually my pick that I played on the final tour with Motley Crue. Has my name engraved in the pick. Those are actually my picks.
Wow.
So I know, you know, Dean plays pretty good guitar, so it's cool to have picks around.
Absolutely. I won't play these. I'll put them in like you know those coin things. You put them in like they get a silver coin.
Is that what people? That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's great. And then you put them in a folder, and you can open it up and see. Like I got some crazy old picks, man.
I wish I'd done that. Here's the picks I made for the last show.
Staples Center.
Staples Center.
Really?
Did you go to any of those shows?
No.
Okay. Well,
I went to the Jimmy
Kimmel thing.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. I was there.
Kilma.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay, here's another one. This says a Motley Crue one.
Oh.
And then this is a retired rock star pick because I'm retired now.
Oh yeah.
Just like this is what I do. I just hang out now and hang out with my buddy. And then this one's cool. What I like about this pick is it's a Crue pick from 2009 in Greece. Now, what's cool about this is we were getting ready to head to the show, and we got a phone call from the promoter and said, turn around, that on the other side of the island, these winds had come and picked up the stage and turned it upside down.
Whoa.
So the show never happened. We went all the way to Greece. It never happened, but we had picks made. 2009, so I wanted to give this to you.
Can you imagine if you were playing on the stage and the wind just took you
If you were cool, you would just ride that stage.
Right? You're just like windsurfing?
Like right when the solo's peaking, you just like ride up
whoa!
on it and then drop it down. It's like, thank you, good night.
That could have been your last stage where it was just nobody's ever done that. Like a hydraulic stage where it actually kind of moved up like this or like that.
But some band has to do their final tour and then die on stage.
Yeah.
Like all at the same time, like a suicide show. I know it's politically incorrect. Don't get upset. Send your complaints to deandelray@fuckyou.com.
That would be crazy, right? They're like, all right, thank you, good night. And then they just explode.
Remember that, was it the Judas Priest video, Another Thing Coming, and the guy's head exploded?
Yeah.
Like all the band members' heads explode, except for mine. Like all the guys in Motley explode, and I was like, psych.
Oh, I wasn't doing it for real.
I wasn't really doing it.
Like those guys at Jim Jones, Guy in a Grape.
Yeah.
We're not drinking this.
Yeah.
The Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Wow, man. This is an incredible book.
Thank you, man.
What I love about this book is it's definitely a tale of survival. Yep. And, you know, I did a lot of drugs, and I was always scared to go to the needle because I knew that was that. I never liked needles, you know what I mean? So
there's nothing to like about them.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, real deal. But, you know, of course, you wrote this whole thing. Were you sitting down? Was your brain just going like, what happened? Like, how do you remember?
So this is, and a lot of people have like said, there's no way that guy kept
I remember
journals
that, yeah.
when he was like high on drugs. And the way my brain works is, I like to kind of document stuff. Like on my phone, like I have like hundreds and hundreds of voice memos, guitar ideas, lyric ideas. My brain's constantly going. I think we have the same kind of brain.
Yeah, I do that with comedy. Everybody thinks I'm weird, but I write down each set, what night it was, what time I went on, did I bomb, did I do good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I always think later on, I like to look back like, wow, because life just flies by.
Especially when you're touring and stuff. So when I was, you know, strung out on heroin, I was keeping these journals, and it kind of became my only friend because I wasn't talking to the band. I kind of isolated myself in this weird drug world. And then I got Clean and Sober, and all these journals that I have, boxes and boxes, still to this day, like as tall as you know, a whole storage unit full of them. And I found them one day. I remember it was like in July. I forget what year, but it was so hot in a storage unit. I was sitting there and I was like reading this. I remember calling my manager and I was going, I found my diaries from when I was a heroin addict.
Wow.
And he's like, well, like, you know, asked me like, well, what's that feel like? And I go, I feel like I want to publish them.
Wow.
And we both agreed that it could be career suicide unless I found a way to show the recovery side of it. So that's when we went in, and I worked with Ian Gittins on the book, and his job was to go in and interview band members, mom, grandparents, sister.
Finding their side.
But yeah, their side of it, good and bad, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they'd come back, and I remember Ian came back with this interview from Tommy, and Tommy was like, you know, no, man, it's like, you know, it's all good. You know, we were all just kind of messed up. Nikki's cool, like everything's great. And I said, you have to go back and ask him what it was like when I was at my bottom to be in a band with someone that was your friend. And Tommy did get to the honesty.
Right.
And it took us prodding people to know it was okay to tell the truth. That's why I love this book. It's nothing but honesty. There's a lot of stuff in here that makes me look horrible, and a lot of stuff in here that shows the underbelly and the survival. And there's some great artwork.
Did you ever like, of course at your level you're a heroin addict, but at your level you've got dealers and you've got money and stuff, but was there ever times where you got dope sick, like you're out on the road and, and your guy's not around? Did you ever hit the streets? Because I have buddies that hit the streets, they'd get robbed and stuff. You remember any of that?
Yeah, like in New York, a lot of times I'd go to Alphabet City and score dope down there and stuff. And the 80s were different, you know. It was it's hard to explain, but now you'd think of like a high-level rock star or a pop star or country artist going into Alphabet City, and you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, but things were a little dirtier back then. People were doing drugs and drinking and sex, and there was a lot of money, and there was a lot of fame and success, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
It was rock and roll.
It was rock and roll, but I found myself on the underbelly, and then it was like how I got out. And that's what I dig about this. And then this new re-release has 100 new pages.
Yeah, that's great.
And it talks about, like, the first page, you know, that I start reading when I did the audiobook too, by the way, which was a gas. If I can find it, 10 years later.
Right.
So the book starts 10 years after the original book was released in 2007. So that kind of like shows like what happened in life in the last 10 years. And I think that's important too for people out there that are dealing with recovery or have people in their life who are you know, drug addicts or trying to figure out their life around drugs and alcohol, whether it's a family member or a loved one or extended family. What's life look like after drugs? Like look at our lives. Like it's really better.
Well, it's so funny when you first hear the old thing of like, well, when you get clean, life gets great, and you're like, that's so cheesy and everything. And now I look back at all the time of being clean, and it's so much better. You know what I mean? Like there's just things, you get stuff done. People want to be around you. You're not fucking up, you know, like, DUI number 5, you know, all that stuff. And it really is, man, all of a sudden. And I love the feeling of not having anything in me when I go on stage now, because the adrenaline is so radical.
You can really feel it.
Oh, man, the
emotion.
emotion.
With creativity, you can feel it. And I was on MSNBC yesterday, and they were talking about that, like the creativity. A lot of people think that you do drugs and alcohol and whatever, and it helps your creativity. But I found, like during 1987, when this was you know, documented, I was barely able to be in a band, Motley Crue, able to make a record, like barely.
Which record was that era?
Girls, Girls, Girls.
Oh yeah, but a great record.
A great record.
Yeah.
But I think it would have been a better record, at least on my part of being in the band. It would have been better if I had my act together. And then the tour, which was sold out and great, but it was a hard tour to do. I don't think the band was getting along, and the band was really messed up. And then on top of it, we had to cancel the European tour because the band was so out of their minds. So as a business, we lost so much money, and we disappointed so many fans. And we were able to make a record and do a tour. Yeah. Now in 2017, I'm able to write books, have a radio show, do all these other things that I do.
Photo show.
Huh?
The photo show.
Yeah, the Leica Gallery show, which is still up in Los Angeles till November 5th. And it goes on and on and on. And be a better husband.
Yeah.
So, your relationship is important in your life. If you have a relationship and that's falling apart, how are you supposed to do all the other things? And I'm a father. I got 4 kids, and they mean everything to me, and to be there for my kids. So all this good stuff happens, and if you're addicted to opioids, it is really a short window to get over the addiction. It is really
3
hard.
days?
It's 3 to 7 days. It's really hard. There's a lot of things you can take out there, a lot of cleanses, a lot of stuff you could do. And there's also rehabilitation. There's AA. You could call the NADAC hotline and ask for help. They have everything there from suicide prevention, alcohol, drug addiction, sex addiction, all to push you where you need to go to try and get some help. Yep. Now, with all the seriousness aside, this is a great harrowing rock and roll tale.
Yeah, let's get into that, because I often tell people, like, there's a horribleness to it, but there is also the dangerous part of rock, which I love, and I always say there's no danger in rock anymore, is junkie rock. The other side, you look great. You're on stage, you're cool, you know what I mean? You're getting creative and stuff. What's your favorite story from being high? Like one epic run or whatever? Because you told me that one I loved about Day on the Green. You're headlining in Oakland, 60,000 people. Day on the Green, there you are, Girls, Girls, Girls tour. You're in LA. You're not even at the gig.
Well, the band had a jet.
Yeah.
Right. So we had the Motley jet, a black jet, which I think there's a picture in here somewhere.
That's a great looking jet.
I'll try and find it in here somewhere as we're talking. But here it is. Here's a picture of the jet right here. So that's the Motley Crue jet. And I missed it to go to Oakland because I was up freebasing for days. And they had to send a private Learjet to get me. I barely got there on time. Of course, the band was fuming. Promoters were freaking out.
Yeah.
Everybody was like a buzz with what's going to happen? It's sold out. They're
60,000.
Yeah, and the drugs were more important to me than the fans and the band.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is
and
crazy.
So I did the show. I flew back on the jet by myself, and I was like, I'm like a total loser. Of course, what did I do when you're an addict?
Yeah.
Went home and got high.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. And that isn't the life you want.
Nope. This is a crazy photo right here. Yeah. Back in the day, you had to get these photos developed at a place. You'd shoot some photos and go down to, CVS or Rite Aid and turn these in. And the kid working for, $3 an hour is like, whoa, look at these photos. Listen, were you shooting these photos yourself?
Yeah.
And what were you using? Just a disposable?
I just always had a camera around, which is interesting because now I do actual photography.
Yeah.
But we documented everything.
That's so great.
I mean, some of the rock photographers would come out on the road. The stuff they got pictures of with Motley Crue, and they'd always be like, "No other bands are like you," and we're like, "They're not."
Yeah.
We thought that's what being in a band was about.
Yeah, show it all.
Just do everything, and we never hit anything. And I think that's what people really connect.
Well, you guys are so real, man. I mean, the danger of that going on.
Well, just being honest. This is an honest book. And I've learned to love it even more as the years have gone on, and I find that it's probably one of my proudest achievements in my career. Motley Crue is like this thing that I've tattooed on me. Tommy and Vince and Mick, my brothers forever. 6 a.m.s was an amazing project. The 10-year anniversary of the Heroin Diaries soundtrack by 6 a.m. comes out this Friday.
Yeah.
And they went together, and that was just such a cool thing to do. So,
I'll read some questions. You sign some books.
Let's sign some books.
Yeah.
Who wants their book signed?
Yeah.
Give me a thumbs up. What do we got?
Okay.
By the way, did you see the management coming in a second ago? You guys need to get to work, man.
I feel like there's pressure too. Should this be funny or serious? One of those. I didn't know they were going to be so serious.
Now, if I knew my wife was in here, I would have not said the stuff I said. Am I in trouble?
Are you one of those guys? You're different around your lady?
Oh yeah, I totally changed. Look at me, man. My wife's here now. Hi, Dean. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. I've never done anything bad in my life.
Yeah, you're in the Backstreet Boys. All right, here we go.
My wife, should I get her on camera right now? No.
Look. She's like, no. It looks like she just woke up. You guys are rock stars, right?
Yeah, she did. She just woke up. Wild. She's a wild woman.
All right, here we go. How did you find your love and talent for photography?
That's a great question. I think it's the way that I've seen stuff since I was a kid. It sounds a little hokey, but I remember I was in New Anthony, New Mexico. I was in class, and the teacher kept telling me to pay attention, pay attention. And now you'd say, oh, that kid has, ADD or something. But I'd be looking outside, and I'd see something like a tree, and I'd see a leaf fall, and I would write down what I saw, and it's it would kind of freeze frame in my brain. So later when I got to start taking pictures, it was the same brain. I'd see something, I'd want to take a picture, write it down, maybe write a lyric about it, write a song about it. So in my life, it feels like that writing and photography and songwriting, and it's all becoming, one.
Yeah. And I always tell you, rock photos, to me, actual rock photos, those are my favorite because they just blow my mind because they're if I see some of those photos you put up on your Instagram, like the one recently in front of the record company, it's just mind-boggling to see you guys there. Tommy in those shorts with the fishnets, and just so it captures a time of wow, that's those guys when they're completely starving and hungry. There it is, right there. They just got
nice when you can capture that raw emotion.
That.
I can't my friend Dustin Jack. Hey Dustin, what's up? I'm sure he's watching. Great photographer, but his live photography, I can't shoot live.
Yeah,
I'm not even interested in it. I don't even find shooting rock stars or musicians that interesting.
Yeah, because you're in it.
I'm around it all the time. I'd be out on the road with my Leica cameras, and people goes, yeah, man, it's you have this opportunity to shoot guys in Motley and backstage. And I was like,
yeah, you got that in your head.
It's I see those guys every day. There's another road case number 10,000. So it's I'm looking for other stuff, and that's why my photography is a little bit outside the rock.
Yeah, I love that stuff. Kind of is it like a Diane Airbus,
Yeah.
That
Thanks
kind
for
of stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, what else we got? Am I supposed to sign something? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to sign a book here.
Yeah. Okay.
Finally.
Hi, Nikki. Congrats on your new book and gallery show. Are you shifting from recording and live performance to photography and art? Will you be getting more involved with painting? And what do you like to paint? Good luck and best wishes. Betty in Medford, Massachusetts.
Hey, Betty. What's happening? I've painted about 25, 30 years ago just for the fun of it. I'm talking abstract, just throwing colors against a canvas. I don't consider myself a painter, but I enjoy it. I think you have to find things that you love and just go for it. It makes you feel good. As far as what I'm going to do in the future, I'm going to be leaving radio. I've been doing it for 8 years, and I love Sixth Sense. But I'm going to be leaving. I'm going to start focusing on television and programming. I'm working on developing some TV shows right now, and maybe doing one-man kind of tour.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, doing that.
That's
something
incredible.
I'm interested in doing. I got a little taste of that. Vince would ask me to go on stage and say a few words during the show to give him a rest or to get some water or something. And it turned into being 15 minutes.
Wow.
And I'd be I hate this. And the guys in Motley were man, the fans love it. And I started thinking, well, maybe this is something I could go out and, not stand-ups. I don't think it would be comedy, but it would be talking about my life. And
funny stories, though.
A lot of funny stories.
I mean, you could go out and actually do a one-man show where it's kind of like Rollins, where you're talking about your life, and behind you, your photos and your story going on while you're doing it.
That kind of stuff.
People would love that stuff. And, I just saw Bruce, I was telling you, and he's just stripped down, and you're just...
And he plays a little guitar, too.
Yeah, and it's just moving.
Yeah, I've heard great stuff. So as far as live in the future, I don't know, 6 a.m., no tour plans for 6 a.m. James and DJ and me talked at the beginning of this year, and I think that the idea of 6 a.m. being a side project has been just the way it's been, and we went out and started focusing on it being a main project. And I think DJ has a bunch of stuff he wants to do musically, and he has this media company that he focuses on and he does really good at. And James is a producer and a songwriter. And so I'm not, right now it's the first time where I'm actually not in a band.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to have radio. And as of January 1st, I don't have a job.
Wow.
Like, what's going to happen with this brain with all that free time?
I love that. We can hang out more.
We can hang out. Hey, can I drive your Prius?
Yeah. Hey, get out of here, dude. Spreading evil lies. Evil lies.
It's fake news, man.
Yeah, fake news. People always say that everything happens for a reason. Do you believe this is true in regards to all that you've been through?
No, not in all that I've been through. I believe that some things do kind of happen for a reason, but I think that it's forward momentum and motion that makes change. And so if you want to be a musician and you want to practice guitar 8 hours a day for years and years and years, and you study the great songwriters, and you want to be in a band, so you start playing with other people live, and on and on and on. One day you wake up and you're like, I'm in a band, I got a record deal. That didn't happen because it was just meant to happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen for a reason. It happened because you did it, and you did the hard work.
If it was meant to happen, it would have happened with your first band. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I always tell people that you just throw guys together and you get a deal.
Yeah,
No,
it's meant to happen. Like, you just like wake up one day with like a cool haircut, and you wake up and someone walks in and gives you like a quadruple platinum album and goes, congratulations, like your band's #1. You go, I'm not even in a band.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to happen, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that thing that remember The Secret?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked a lot of things The Secret because it made me think, wow, you can like focus on something.
Positive thinking.
Positive thinking. I've
Yeah.
always done like kind of vision boards, and I do a lot of listing of things. I do this bubble work where like I take something and I put my name in the middle, and then I draw lines out to it, put little bubbles. I put all the different things that I'm doing
Right.
or want to do, and then that keeps me focused on it. But the idea you're just going to sit here and think really hard and Porsche's going to show up is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, bring on the money.
You have to get a job, man.
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
to work your ass off
Oh
if
my
you want
God.
that car or whatever you want in your life.
It's
So,
incredible,
there
right?
you go. Am I supposed to still be signing?
Yeah. I had a question that I forgot to ask you on the podcast, and it was...
You have to email it.
Yeah, okay. But I did wonder this, though. When you guys got Karabi, did you ever audition other singers before Karabi? And what was that audition like?
We talked about different ideas for singers, and Karabi was one of those guys. I'm trying to think if anybody else came in. I don't really think anybody else came in. But John came in, and he had this really whiskey voice,
Right.
and he played rhythm guitar, which was really cool because, you know, obviously Mick Mars being the only guitar player, when you have a second guitar, you can write different music. There's a big difference in a band
absolutely.
with 2 guitar players. You can create counter rhythms and stuff that you might do on a record, but you can't do live. And it was a real exciting time. And we jumped at that. We just jumped right in it and made a record. I think it's a pretty good record. My only complaint about that record is I believe it shouldn't have been called Motley Crue.
Right.
That we should have just taken a bullet, changed the name of the band, because when people got the record, they're like, this doesn't sound like Motley Crue.
Yeah.
It's because Vince wasn't singing, and we kind of musically went into a little bit of a different direction. Great record, but in hindsight, I wish we had called it, you know, the Dirty Dogs or something. And then whatever happened with the Dirty Dogs is that, and then you would go back.
You could go out and tour Dirty Dogs.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's a lot like Aerosmith when Joe Perry was out, and Night in the Red, that later era
Yeah.
of lightning strikes and
Yeah.
stuff. It's always kind of like, this is strange, you know?
Yeah.
All right, here we are. What one musician do you most admire? That's Todd in Cartersville, Georgia. Where's Cartersville? You ever play there?
I haven't played there, but hey, Todd, signing this book for you right now. Well, I mean, there's a lot of musicians that I like that I never met, like Bowie.
Yeah.
Guys like Paul McCartney, I really I dig Paul for a lot of different reasons. I've interviewed him, and he's a really cool guy. But I like Wings.
Me too.
I kind of like Wings more than the Beatles.
Yeah, that Wings live record, you know,
Come on.
and Band on the Run is one of the greatest songs.
It's a perfect album.
It's incredible, right?
Yeah. If I had to choose, that's, would be my favorite. But there's an artist who's like really evolved over the times, and he's like 70 some years old.
Out doing it.
He's having a good time. That's the key, man.
Yep.
Bowie's another cool guy.
Yeah, Bowie.
Not going to meet him now.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Terry Colbert, Washington. I have one question. After all these years, your hair looks amazing.
Yes, it does.
Thick, no gray, not receding. What are your secrets?
Right now, you can get the Nikki Sixx hair product.
Yeah, you got to come out with that. Brand yourself, buddy.
I really need to. My hair's kind of just is what it is.
Yeah.
It's I definitely got a little gray in there.
Yeah.
It's like hiding in there somewhere, But I don't know.
Yeah, right? All right, Bobby, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Why wasn't the song Rodeo ever on the album? Would you redo the song?
Well, there is no more Motley Crue, so we can't redo it.
Yep.
And who's that from?
That's from Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. Bobby, boy or girl? Does it say?
Doesn't say, but it looks like a girl because it's I, like Bobby Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Cherry pie.
Well, Nikki has an eye.
Yeah, but that's different.
Okay.
That's just rock and roll.
So, what was the question?
Why wasn't the song Rodeo ever on an album? Would you redo the song?
You know why it wasn't on a record? Because we would go in the studio and cut a bunch of demos, and then we would, end up with 20 songs, and then the band would, there's 4 guys, right? You sit around, you go, man, these are our favorite ones, and Rodeo didn't make the list.
You got some outtakes? Can you just do a record with outtakes?
I don't think that. We did one called Supersonic and Demonic.
Is that all of it though? Everything?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything left.
You know what I love? I listened to it yesterday.
Yeah.
The Shout at the Devil '97 remix.
That was cool,
that
right?
That thing's a punch in the face.
And we ended up playing that one live.
Yeah, I remember.
It's weird. We tried to play the '84 version one time in rehearsal, and it was so much slower.
Yeah.
It's cool. But so we always ended up playing that one.
It's so like, it's like a motorcycle. It's like, it's almost double bass, right?
Yeah.
On the front there. It's
and
so
we
good.
changed the melody changed.
Yeah, the melody changed too.
And the guitar parts changed, but it kept the essence of the song. So
I love it, man. All right, here we go. Billy, Jeffersonville, Indiana. I'd like to know, where's the best place you have played at? Arena, outdoor event, or club? Good question.
We get asked that question a lot, and there's really no fair answer, because like each gig is special to itself, and like a lot of people, like Detroit does rock.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cities that rock. Like Tokyo rocks, Moscow rocks, LA rocks. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I think if you're in a band and you love performing live, it doesn't matter where it is.
Yeah, as long as the people are there.
We played a military base with 6 a.m.
Whoa.
And in Japan. Okay, so this was last year.
Yeah.
So check this out. So everybody got deployed that morning.
Oh, no one there?
So there was like maybe some of the wives on base. It was a military base. And a couple fans got in, but it was probably about 15 people. It was the best show. We had the best time. It was so fun. The band was laughing. We ended up at one point all in the audience, like laying on our back, and fans were like jumping around. And it's like that kind of stuff that is memorable more than, oh man, we sold out, this stadium.
Yeah.
Like sometimes those littler ones touch you more.
I still think my favorite was you guys, Santa Rosa Vets, first record tour. Just up there in Santa Rosa, California.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, night before Halloween. I got the ticket stub. I posted it in my Instagram.
Is that the Concord Pavilion?
No, it's up in Santa Rosa. It's about 40 minutes from Concord Pavilion.
Okay.
And
did we play with Y&T, or was it just us?
It was just you guys, and then this Scanners, or I think Vicious Rumors opened, one of those bands up there, the Santa Rosa band,
The new wave bands?
No, they were metal. All right, here we go. Thomas, Frisco, Texas. You meet someone who has never heard a Motley Crue song before. What do you play them? Well, that'd be impossible, right?
What do you think? Because doesn't Motley Crue kind of have eras?
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does, because it's like you could easily play them the first record, like Live Wire, or you could play them, Looks to Kill, or you can go to Kickstart My Heart. It just depends who the person is, I think. If they're just kind of a radio-friendly guy, you hit them with Wild Side or something catchy. But if it's a true music fan, probably like, Merry Go Round and Round,
Starry Eyes.
Starry Eyes.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Papa Roach song. I think it's called Last Resort.
Yeah.
They
They grabbed it?
It's that. You guys. Bad.
Not cool, man.
Because I've never ripped anybody off.
Yeah. Oh. I love it. Wyatt, Briggsdale, Colorado. What do you look forward to the most?
What, in my life?
Yeah, I guess.
Love blowjobs.
Yeah, right? Is there anybody out there that doesn't?
I have not met them yet.
Yeah, all right.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah,
what do I look forward to?
We got to get to a better
I hope
question.
I wake up tomorrow.
Here we go. Bob Yeager, Indianapolis, Indiana. Went to school with Zootot.
Oh, yeah, Tom Zootot. He signed us.
Yeah, in the beginning, any crazy dirt on Tom we can laugh about?
Tom was this guy who was like out and was in the scene, and no one would sign Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Nobody was interested. We got like rejection letters. Bands don't look like this in 1981. It's dated. We're like, what do you mean it's dated? We're the only band that looks like this.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a bad idea.
So original, though, man. Like at the time, because no one was doing that. It was like punk rock and the tail end of the Knack.
Yeah, the Knack, and that's what people were like, wow. Last thing I saw was the Knack and the Plimsolls, and now I got this.
Yeah.
It's like Satanic New York Dolls, meets Deep Purple and T-Rex. So, but Tom was great. He believed in us, and he signed us, and that was, I'll forever be indebted to him.
He's kind of disappeared now, man.
I haven't. I saw him. We did some festival, and he showed up there, and it was kind of like, how it is backstage, everyone's running around, and I didn't really have a chance to really talk to him. I wanted to.
Yeah.
It was good to see him, though. He looks good.
Now, Tom signed you and Guns N' Roses, right?
Yeah, he left Elektra and then went over to Geffen.
And back in those days, the A&R guy would get points on the record. So Tom became very wealthy from signing you and GNR, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's great. And he did Aerosmith, too, I believe. He brought them.
Did he? He might.
I think he brought him to Geffen.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. But anyway, that guy, he had an ear, huh? That was pretty smart.
See that green bar?
What's that?
See the green bar on the iPad? On the iPad? On the iPad? Like, look at the iPad.
Oh, yeah.
iPad. Oh.
Oh, we have Karen from Pittsburgh on the line. It's a birthday coming up.
Kara. Happy birthday.
Kara. We're going to talk to her?
Happy birthday.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh, we're calling you. What's up?
Oh, she's on speaker.
Oh, you're on speaker.
Nikki, how are you?
Hi,
my God.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Are you watching?
Am I watching what?
She's surprised. Her husband did this.
Oh, it's a surprise.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Really cool.
What do you want for your birthday?
I don't know. I'm so dumbfounded right now. I don't think I can even talk.
I love that.
Where are you from?
I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Nice. How's the weather back there right now? Is it getting cold?
Yeah, a little bit cold and rainy. I can't believe I'm talking to you. This is just unbelievably surreal right now.
Well, it's good to talk to you too. Are you a Pittsburgh Steelers fan?
I am a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and a huge Pittsburgh Penguins fan.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What's your favorite Motley song?
I'm sorry?
What's your favorite Motley Crue song?
Oh, God. I'd have to say probably Wild Side.
All right, that's a good choice.
That's a great one.
Do you have a second one?
God, you're putting me on the spot here. Probably Home Sweet Home or Primal Scream.
Okay, Primal Scream's a good one. So is Home Sweet Home. Okay, what's the third song on the third record on the second side of the vinyl?
Yeah, Tester.
Oh my God, that's out of my pay grade. I have no idea.
I don't know either. Dean, do you know?
Okay, what is the question?
Okay.
Second song.
Second song.
Third record. Home Sweet Home, is that what we said? I mean, the Theater Pain record?
Theater Pain album. Second song on the second side. We're talking vinyl now.
Right. I got it on vinyl. So,
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Same old situation.
That's on the wrong.
No, that's on the wrong
album,
record. Yeah.
too.
God.
Oh, don't
I'm
talk to him.
I'm trying to figure it out.
It's your birthday. You don't need to talk to Dean Del Rey. Well, happy birthday.
Hey, Nikki, do you still have that black and white pinstripe suit that you sported back in the theater days?
I do. I have it in storage. I should break it out for Halloween. I could be Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
You got to be able to laugh at yourself, right?
right, exactly.
Well, happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you, Nikki. This is just amazing. It's so great to talk to you.
All right. If you have a chance, tune in to the live signing we're doing right now. You can watch us online.
Oh, okay, right on.
Okay. Happy birthday. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, Nikki.
Bye.
That was cool, right?
That was cool. It was a nice surprise.
Right? Lose your mind. Your husband surprises you with a call from Nikki Sixx. That's
Come
pretty
on.
good. Pretty good Tuesday. Here's a good question. I like this one. Andrew, Sebring, Ohio. How do you fight your past demons? I'm also a recovering addict, 6 years clean. What do you do when your head gets too loud? We were just talking about this.
Great question. Well, I think that people need to have some kind of structure in their life and to understand, like, for me, it's like my life is pretty mapped out. Like, if you ask my wife, like, what my calendar looks like, she's like, everything is on there. Like, even if she goes, hey, do you want to go to dinner tonight? I'm like, look at the calendar. Because it has to be, like, on the calendar. That's just, like, my thing.
She's going crazy.
Yeah. Because what happens is if stuff starts to overlap and you don't have your system in place, like when things get crazy.
When your cage gets rattled, that's when you feel.
Yeah, I like to go, this is what my day looks like. This is when I can check in with some AA friends. This is when I can spend some time to meditate. I learned transcendental meditation about 10 years ago.
You into that?
I really enjoy it. It gives me a second to just unplug from everybody. I know a lot of artists that do it. And it recenters you. Go to an AA meeting, call a sponsor, get out of your own shit. People sit in their shit and they bitch and they complain, and I've been guilty of it. And just get out of it, man. Get out of the house. Go outside. Take a run. Go work out. Go to a weird coffee shop that you wouldn't usually go to and sit in there and like read a book. Whatever it takes to break the pattern. Because once the demon shows up, he's like, I'm here. And you go, no, I'm booked out today. I don't have time for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go here. I'm going to call my friend Dean Del Rey. I'm going to tell him the demon's here. He's going to say, I'm going to come over. I'm going to kill the demon.
Yep.
You know, and you just have to keep moving forward. Momentum.
Forward momentum.
It's everything.
Okay.
Good question. Thanks.
Anthony, East Haven, Connecticut. Would you accept being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Of course, right?
I mean, you know, a long time ago, well, not even that long ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I was like, not really. It feels kind of like a joke.
Right.
And the guys in Motley were like, you know, it's like they weren't putting really rock bands in there. And I remember like when Nirvana got in there, and I was like, wait, they came out after us.
Right.
And then like GNR went in, and it was like, even though GNR belonged in there, it was a move to try to get Axl and the guys on stage together to try to get a reunion. And we all knew that in the business. And Axl knew that. And that's why Axl didn't do it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not falling for that.
He didn't fall for that. And in the end, they ended up getting together the way they wanted to get together. And now it's a massive success. So would I do it? I think I probably would.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's like a big honor. I don't think it's like a big deal, because I think the way they've handled it, you know what I mean? It's like, it feels like they've handled it in an old boy network. It's like favors, you know, like, hey, like when Nirvana was in, it's because they had a box set coming out.
Right.
That feels gross to me.
Yeah, aligning it with publicity.
Yeah, put a band in there because like they deserve it. And would it be cool if the bands got in there in order?
Yeah.
Like a band that comes out like now should not get in until like the people that
influenced them.
Yes,
right. I mean, you can't have like Howard GNR, and which is one of my favorite bands, but why the guys that blew open the doors on the Sunset Strip and brought rock back, and the reason probably and you brought them on tour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the reason rock was back in the 80s was Motley Crue. why wouldn't they go first? It just makes no sense.
And it's nothing against those bands. It's just the
Not
way
at all.
that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame handles it.
Right.
And then makes a lot of bands go like, I remember it was like all these bands that I love are not in. And then some of my friends that came out 10 years late after them are in. I was like, that seems weird.
Yep. All right, we're going to go a little 22 questions in 2 minutes. How does that sound?
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Question 1. Who influenced you the most?
Does it have to be one?
Well, it's 22 questions in 2 minutes.
Okay. Oh, wow, we got to get to work. Okay. Bowie, Queen, T-Rex, Deep Purple, Black Sabbath.
Awesome. 2. Who is the most unexpected person in your phone?
Mother Teresa?
Mother Teresa.
No, Ava Moses Core, Holocaust survivor.
Wow.
Yeah, 87 years old. She's like my friend.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
We talk all the time.
Who makes you laugh the most?
You.
There you
Yeah.
go. Good answer. That's the right answer.
That's the right answer.
Who would you want to play you in the movie?
I don't care as long as it's an unknown actor.
Right, you got to take it outside.
Yeah, we got to take it outside, right?
Yeah, absolutely. How many tattoos do you have? 5,000.
Yeah,
I
5,000
answered
or one.
for that. Yep, I answered
one.
that for you.
Yeah.
What one thing do you need to have in the fridge at all times?
Watermelon.
Wow, really?
Yeah, my wife will go to the store and get watermelon. Every morning I drink coffee and have watermelon. That's like my thing.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's my weird thing.
Wow.
That's my diva thing.
All right, okay.
Weird, right? So
Watermelon 6.
Wow, I don't know if I like that nickname.
Yeah, I mean, not body shape,
It
but
used,
food.
it used to be like heroin,
Yeah.
cocaine strippers. Now it's watermelon.
Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
what
I'm the same way. It's like oatmeal and decaf.
Yeah, well, oh, you're on decaf.
Yeah.
You're really not cool now.
I know, right?
Dude, what happened to us?
I'm just terrible. I know what happened to us, right? You know what happens? You like living.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I'll choose watermelon over heroin.
Yep. Favorite song that you've written?
Favorite song I've written? I think I didn't write it alone.
Yeah.
But it's Primal Scream.
Oh, mine's Danger.
Danger's a great song.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
What is your dream car?
Dream car.
Great question.
Right now, I love that. It's that Rolls Royce. I think it's the Ghost convertible.
Ooh.
It's like out of my price range.
Yeah. So good, right?
Yeah. I just look at it and cry.
What concert? What's the last concert you went to?
Oh God, who did I go see? God, I can't remember.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
What about you?
Well, Depeche Mode 3 nights ago.
Oh, yeah, that
Or
was
the Black Angels, which was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, check them out. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years. So I think that I'll be involved in programming with television and being a little bit more behind the scenes, being a photographer, writing books, doing that kind of stuff. I would like to do another band someday, maybe a supergroup.
Yeah, that'd be great, right? What item would you love to get your hands on if it went up for auction? Like anything.
God, I'd love to get one of Keith Richards' guitars.
Right.
Those like 51, 52 tellies.
Yeah, with the humbucker in it.
Yeah, a friend of mine's friends with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And he was like, Johnny's like, yeah, man, you can just stay at my house. And he's like, okay. So he goes in there, and there's like all these guitars at the front door. And he said, yeah, if you need a guitar, just grab one. So he opened up the case, and it says, from Keith. And it's this old 51 telly.
Ooh.
Had Keith's cigarettes in there. It stunk. And it was just like laying by the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, to me it would be like in a vault.
In a
You know
vault.
what I mean? Like,
it's
oh
just
my
at the front door.
the front door. What is your biggest pet peeve?
I hate people that operate as tanks and not helicopters. And what I mean by that is like you're a helicopter, you can look down, you can see everything, you make your plans in life, and you're not into the bullshit. When you're a tank, you're just like in there and you're fighting, and you don't know, you just run off a cliff.
Yeah.
And I like to in my life to have plans and what I'm gonna do, about the calendar thing. I like to know where I'm going and how I'm going to get there. And I hate when I work with musicians or business people that are so short-sighted.
No vision.
And they make everything hard.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff that I do has to be easy and fun. I want to have fun all the time. I like dig my life, man.
Yeah, right?
I dig being sober. I dig being married. I dig like writing books, writing music. I got all these projects I'm working on. I don't want to have a bad time doing that.
No.
So I don't dig tanks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Are you a tank or a helicopter?
I'm a copter, man. You know what I mean?
You're a black helicopter.
Yeah, what are
And
those
you
called?
got-
The Blackhawks or whatever?
Yeah, we're Blackhawks.
Yeah.
And we got like red stars on the side.
Yeah.
They're like tough looking. No, skulls.
Yeah, skulls. I think you and I need a TV show.
We do. What
Yeah.
would it be called?
I-
Six and Sun.
No, I figured it out. It's just called Cool Shit. And what we do is once a week we go somewhere to something cool. Great architecture, great car, great guitar builder,
Yeah.
whatever. Just cool shit. And we turn people on to
Can we
it.
call it cool shit?
Yeah, cool shit.
And then on the eye, you put a star there, so it's cool shit.
No, because it's on Netflix, so it's just
so
cool
it's
shit.
Cool shit.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it. Okay.
How do you take your coffee?
With just a little bit of non-fat milk.
All right. What is your last album you bought or streamed?
I got the Greta Van Fleet record,
yeah.
which you turned me on
Yep.
to. Which then I put them into hard rotation
Yeah.
on my radio show
Yeah.
and broke the band.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yep.
Look
Yep.
at that. Good job, dude.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. Finally, I told those guys, I go, dude, I told Nikki Sixx about you guys.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
You fucking guys.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got to go to the guy first.
Yeah. Did they give you a high five? Or
Yeah, they did. They were really good, man. I saw them recently in New York again, and they just
Yeah.
tore it down. You
Good.
know. What was the last movie you saw in the theaters?
I went and saw Blade Runner 2049.
Did you like it?
No.
Okay, good. What color
Did you
is your?
see it?
No, because people keep giving me mixed stuff, and I
Yeah.
wasn't a fan of the other guy's movie, The Arrival, and everybody
oh,
loved
The
that.
Arrival, dude. What's with The
I
Arrival?
didn't like that. Everybody loved
I
it.
was in a movie theater with a bunch of my friends. I'm not going to say who they are, but one of them cried. And I was like, why are you crying? They go, that was so heavy. I go, that was so boring. It was the worst. Like, I fell asleep halfway through the popcorn.
Yeah, that, right? It's like, come on. What color is your toothbrush?
I don't know.
Yeah, right? What comic books are your favorite?
I don't read comic books.
Yeah, me
never been a fan of comic books.
I never got into it
or
either.
video games.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I was just too busy being
that's it. We got
crazy.
shit to do.
Yeah.
Do you have any hidden talents?
I don't think so. I
Nope.
don't think I have any talents.
Oh, yeah, right. Come on, dude. Are you a morning person or a night owl? That's hilarious. Just follow him on Instagram. We know.
Yeah,
Night
what
owl.
am I? I'm a night owl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I come alive a certain time. I love to do those Ask Six things.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, if I'm like real tired, I get a little cranky. I'll just be like hammering people, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I saw this thing. This one fan's like, look how Nikki talks to his fans, and I was like, whoa, do I really? But if you ask a dumb question,
Yeah.
you're gonna get it. You're gonna get that kind of answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like,
hate.
what do you think of Vince Neil? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, hey, even though the band doesn't get along, if you put down another member of Motley Crue,
They're done.
you're done.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's like, also, I hate dumb questions of like, hey, when you coming to Oklahoma? Just go to the website. You know what I mean? It's like that easy. What causes dear to your heart? Oh, this is a great one.
What causes what?
A dear to your heart. What cause?
Oh, well, Covenant House has been really a big deal for me. Once I went over there 10 years ago and I saw what they were doing to get the kids off the street and to help get them placed in not only education, but in getting jobs and in housing as well. And we're doing a lot of stuff with them right now to raise money into. We have a music room over there.
Oh, right.
And all the proceeds from this book, we raised about $500,000 for them.
Wow.
And we created a music room over there. It's amazing. And drums and guitar amps and bass amps and vocal booths and recording gear. And the kids get to come in. They have music teachers that come in. So they're there. They come off the street. They usually come out of the foster care system. They end up on the street. Prostitution, gangs, drug dealing. They get into this place and they see if their head's straight and they have to work really hard. And they don't have a family and they don't have anything to really rely upon other than Covenant House. And and they're young. So
Yeah.
we said, well, let's give them something fun to do.
That's cool.
So, like at the end of the day, they can go to the music class and they can work on stuff. And now we're working on creating a photography
Wow.
class there, so kids can get in, learn about photography, how to print. So while they're working on getting better, we try to give them something that feels good.
That's cool. I'll
Yeah,
go down
Covenant-
there and do show them some comedy, like
They
to teach them how to. Yeah,
They would love that.
That'd be
dude.
rad.
Anybody that wants to volunteer at Covenant House, you can. Let's give them a website.
CovenantHouseCalifornia.org/Nikki Sixx. He's got his own page there. Once again, CovenantHouseCalifornia.org/Nikki Sixx.
And we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff up there in the future where I want to, auction off stuff to raise money for Covenant House. We donated all the proceeds from my street photography at the Leica Gallery in Los Angeles to Covenant House. So we're raising thousands of dollars for the kids over there. So anything you can do to help, reach out over there. Great people.
That's cool. Couple more questions here.
Okay. Did we pass 2 minutes?
Yeah. Right. What is the last gift you gave? Well, these pics to me.
Yeah.
And what was the last gift you received? Oh, I got one for you.
What do you got?
Oh, where is it? I don't know where it is.
Oh,
I had a pic
no.
for you.
You did. Maybe it's in your other pocket.
Yeah, I left it out there. I think on the thing. Yeah, I
Okay.
got a pic for you.
So my last gift was a pic that he didn't give me.
Yeah. Where do you want to go that you've never been? Wow, that's a good one, actually. Because you've been everywhere, right?
I haven't been anywhere in the Middle East.
Oh, wow.
I've always wanted to go there. And Israel. Want to go there. Those are like pretty high on my list. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I've just always been fascinated with the culture, the music, the food. So obviously there's certain spots where you can't go.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of places you can go. So I'm actually looking forward to not touring next year and having a little bit free time while I'm figuring out what I'm going to do next creatively to maybe do a little bit of traveling,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
out there and stuff.
That'd be great, man. What,
Okay, what else we got?
okay. Do you sometimes miss the drugs? As a former addict, I find myself still thinking of them from time to time. I'm a firm believer that none of us were ever addicted because we didn't like them. Ashley from Bristol, Virginia. Do you miss the drugs? I was just asking you that.
I never miss the drugs.
Yeah.
I don't miss what the drugs did to me. If I was to do a line of cocaine right now, my personality would change on the spot. I would become paranoid. I couldn't do this. I just don't. I don't miss it. I don't miss what I have to do to chase the drugs. I don't miss the people that are around me with the drugs.
Yeah.
There's nothing about it that I miss. I don't miss being addicted to something where I can't get through a day without thinking about a fix. I like the freedom of being sober.
I'm afraid of dying now, too. Just like a bump of coke, heart just pops.
I mean, a lot of guys, once they hit their late 40s,
It's
and
like, what are you doing,
hearts
dude?
are popping and they're out there doing blow.
That's crazy.
I want to live.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to. I want to have fun, man.
I'm all looking at God, if I could just get 30 more years.
I think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I recently had my blood work done.
Oh, yeah.
And they went through everything, and they were like, believe it or not, my body has gone through a lot of stress from drugs and touring and a lot of drama. Just being in a heavy metal band is drama, right? Lead singer diseases, all that stuff I had to deal with over there. And they said, your stressors are really burn out, your adrenals. So they gave me all this stuff to level me out, things that I burn out or things that you don't make as much as you get older, or things that maybe I had too much of. They had to balance me out. Man, I feel great.
Yeah.
And the doctor said to me, she goes, if you haven't had a heart attack or anything major by the time you're 50, now studies show that you'll live to be 90 to 100.
Really?
I'm I'm going to hit a fucking 100 years old.
I wanna hit
We're going to be
100.
doing this when I'm 100.
I want to do that.
Let's do
right?
it together.
If I'm 100, then you'd be 130, right?
What are you talking about? Whoa.
Oh my God! I always say, man, if I could just live to be 85, I'd be happy.
No, 85 sucks,
Yeah,
dude.
okay.
You gotta hit.
I want to hit 100.
Take 90,
Okay, I'll take 90.
but you gotta be healthy at 90.
Yeah,
You'd be
not all crinkly. Yeah.
just barely.
I go to the gym every day and I quit sugar.
Yeah.
You know what I
How
mean?
much weight did you lose?
39.
Have any more to lose?
I don't think so, because I got a little skinnier and I looked like Skeletor.
Yeah, that could be too weird.
You get that weird, like...
Weird neck.
Yeah, the weird neck.
Yeah.
Where your head just looks like it's a bobblehead on this stick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you look good in your clothes, but people are like, whoa, look at that neck.
Yeah, it's that neck. You see it in photos, you go, that's grandpa neck.
You could Photoshop your neck.
Yeah, like on stage live.
Yeah.
Yeah. While I'm there,
You
guys just rubbing it out.
You could wear turtlenecks and stuff.
Yeah.
You get some of the Kardashian cover-up stuff that they put on their face.
Turtleneck. A turtleneck comic.
It'd be fucking sick.
Oh my god, it'd be hot
And
as
you have like
balls.
holes in it, like all rotted and stuff. Like it was
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger style.
I love you, dude. So great. All right, here we go. Todd Wakefield, alive or dead, who would you like to make a record with?
Wouldn't it be great to be in a studio with Freddie Mercury?
Oh my god, right?
I mean, what a talent.
Yeah. I just had Neil Preston on my podcast, and
I saw that.
He had these photos of him, you know, at Live Aid, you know, and you're just like, you look at that, and he's just so alive, you know.
I wonder what Freddie was like in person.
Yeah,
I feel like he was probably very proper, very mellow.
Yeah.
I think that.
He had a lot of mystique. That's a great thing about old school rock stars, right? Now we don't get that because everything has to be out there.
You can go on my Instagram and see me like picking my toes.
Yeah.
Now. It's not good.
But the thing is, it's so weird. That's how the biz is. I wonder if everybody quit social media tomorrow, all celebrities and rock stars and actors and everything. If they quit tomorrow, I think it might drive the business back to good. People would have to leave their house to go see it. They would have to buy a record. They would have to go see a movie.
Yeah.
And they couldn't just get their fix. They go,
But what about stuff like this? Look how cool this is. Like
This-
we didn't have this. Imagine when we were kids if you could get like Ronnie Wood doing like a live signing. That's who I'd like to like hang out with, Ronnie Wood.
Well, that's my thing. It's a double-edged sword because I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love it, and I also, you know, it's Ronnie Wood is.
Hey, don't forget, guys. By the way, this album, 6 a.m. Heroin Diaries soundtrack, comes out on Friday. So they actually go together. It was fun when I showed the Galleys, which is the book in its raw form, to James and DJ, and I said, guys want to write a soundtrack to a book? So we would like read pages out of the book, and then we would write songs. Like this song "Accidents Can Happen" is about falling off the wagon when you're first sober and you're trying to get it right, and that was kind of referenced in here and referenced in here. So they're really cool together, and there's 3 brand new songs on here as well.
Hey, will you read this part here? My record company theory.
My record company theory. They are the bank for the music. Number 1, true. 2, they distribute the music. 3, they print and press the music and charge back a huge percentage. True. They should never own anybody's music just for doing 1, 2, and 3. Agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Who should own your music?
You.
The person who writes the song, right? You never see this happen in other businesses. Number 5.
Yeah, that's so true, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Here, give me that. I'm going to sign that.
Oh yeah, all those people out there that are just broke.
And that's not
hits.
bitter. That's just factual.
That's just real stuff. You know what I mean? Like if you were playing, you know, what do you got?
I'm just showing some signatures.
Yeah, all right. Okay, Antonio, do you still keep a diary? Antonio from New York.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I keep it next to my bed. So if you want to break into my house, it's right next to my bed, next to my Gatlin gun.
Yeah.
And my tasers. It's a way to clear my head at the end of the day. Sometimes I'll write in the mornings, just like what I'm feeling. And I also do something which is not very rock and roll, but it's really done wonders for my head. And I keep a gratitude list, and I used to do it every day. But now I just do it like once a week, and I just write down things that I'm grateful for, like this, or like you agreeing to do this, or like certain things, and it aligns my brain with all the positivity that's going on in my life, because my brain wants to look for negativity. I think that all brains look for some kind of a negative thing because it's like it's more interesting. Drama is more interesting. That's
distraction.
That's why people are like obsessed with 45. It's just drama. It's just constant drama. And whether it's bullshit or real, it's just drama, and all people are doing is talking about this guy. I'm looking for positivity. I got to get that shit out of my head, and so I can get stuff done in my life. So I keep that list.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Your radio show's about to end.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a podcast?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I think what I talked with my office about was completely taking everything off the plate for 2018. It'll be the first time since I've been somewhere between 13 and 15 years old where I haven't had a job. I'm a blue-collar, hard-working guy. So I just want to go in. My calendar is going to look like this. January 1st, nothing.
Yeah.
And it's going to go that way until I find something that I want to plug in, whether it's podcasts or doing some of this other stuff we've talked about. I'm also writing another book.
Wow. What's that about?
I just keep that until it gets a little closer to
Right,
talk
right.
about that. But I enjoy writing, and the radio show's been the love of my life.
Yeah.
I met so many great people. I get to listen to new music all the time because we're always trying to find new music as well. But I think it's time to step down and see what's next for me.
Yeah.
And I think we've helped break a lot of bands, and I know a lot of people are like, man, like that's the only station we listen to because all the other stations are kind of like the same old thing. In radio, there's formats, right? So we do active, alternative, and classic. So we cover all the formats.
Right.
We don't cover R&B or hip hop or pop, obviously, because there's no relation with me really there.
Right.
But there's so many other different ways to receive our music now, and streaming services, stuff that aren't so formulated. So I'm kind of looking at what does the future look like for music, and the best way to receive our music and spread the word about music. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now.
That's cool, man. Yeah. Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
I did for about 5 years.
Oh wow, because I
When I was like 40, I picked up cigarettes.
Really?
Fucking weird.
Wow.
Did you hear Tom Petty when he was like 40?
Started heroin.
Started heroin.
That was crazy. Him and Howie Epstein, the bass player, they were just burning it up. It was a bad divorce.
Yeah.
And then I think he just wanted to medicate,
And he went off for like a year, and then he got his head together. But that was like 40. That's why I did. I started smoking cigarettes when I was 40.
Wow.
I was clean and sober, and then I quit that, and that was hard, man.
Yeah.
Did you smoke?
I did. I smoked for about 20 years, and then I quit. But I had to quit booze before I quit cigarettes because I found that I quit cigarettes. If I if I started drinking, I could smell one across the room, and I'd be like, "Hey, you got one?" And then I'd be back on.
Yeah.
What about the Broadway play? We were talking about that a little bit.
Well, it's all done.
Yeah.
It hasn't been. It's not out yet.
Right.
But the script's all been approved. All the financing has been approved, and we're starting workshops at the beginning of the year. So now, we've had a lot of table reads. We've had a lot of, internal workings and external workings. But now we're actually going to start sitting down, doing the choreography, doing the cross reads. We've some of the table reads that we've done. We've actually had a band in the room who's performing the songs, which, by the way, are mostly 6 a.m. songs.
Oh wow!
So the music lines with the story of the play, and it's fascinating. It's something I've never done before, so I've learned a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Dirt movie, ever going to happen?
Well, I just had a phone call right before we started this about that, and everything's pretty much greenlit there, too.
Wow.
So
there's that role in there for me. I went to a meeting on everything. I goes, there's one role in here other than the band and Zootot, and it's a security guard at the Roxy. I'm like, I'm in. That was years
I think
ago.
you could be a good Zootot.
I would do Zootot in a
You
minute.
could do Zoot.
Oh, that would be ultimate. Hey, you know what would be crazy? Like, I love the band all my life,
Yeah.
and then I'm in the movie about the band.
That's how it is.
That's how life
That's
is.
what happens when you get your act together.
Yeah, it's so true,
If you
man.
were like doing drugs and just being a wreck,
you'd be like,
you
"Fuck
wouldn't
that
be
guy."
here.
No. Man, this is great. What a great,
Are we done?
Yeah, we are done.
I don't want to
yeah.
be done. I guess we're done.
Yeah, we can answer a couple more
Let's
questions.
answer a couple more questions.
Okay.
I'll sign a couple more books.
Here
and
we
then
go.
But thank you guys for tuning in. And what I like about this is, I have a book signing on Friday at the Grove in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
But unless you're in Los Angeles, you're not going to get a chance to get a signed book. So I know there's a lot of fans of the book around the world. So wherever you are around the world, you can also go to Nikki Sixx Books. for any of the books that are signed, and you can purchase one. They're $25. I mean, that's like an amazing.
That's a great book,
It's an amazing deal. So,
and where else are you doing book signings? San Francisco or anything?
No, it's only LA.
Oh, only one
It's
in
only
LA, no New York?
Maybe when the play comes out, I might do a book tour, but right now, nothing. This is it. So it's this and the Grove, and this is cool because I've gotten a lot of comments from people like all around the world, like in France, they're tuning in, you know, in Germany, in England, all across America. Some people in South America, Mexico, Canada are able to get a signed book. So that
Wow.
I'm digging this. And
That's
I'm
rad.
really glad that you did it with me, too.
Oh, dude, I'm so glad. I mean, this is like, when you called me, I was like walking down the street in New York. It's so funny to think about because I know exactly where I was when you called me. I was just
Yeah.
walking down the street in New York. You're like, hey, I got something cool for you. I was like, yes. And I don't even ask what it is. I just go, yes.
Yeah, I know. You're like, yes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because it's like, you know.
I was in the shower and I was naked and I said, hey, I got something cool for you. You said, yes. I was like, well, come on over, buddy.
That's your retirement, huh?
You shouldn't say yes so fast. Look what happened.
Your retirement is dudes. I love it. Okay, here's a great one. Andrew, Yuma, Arizona. My 17-year-old daughter is now a recovering heroin addict. Any advice for her? If I buy her a copy, will reading it trigger her at all? No.
Well, I can't say no, because then if somebody did get triggered, you're going to come back to me. But I'm saying I haven't heard that story. I've heard a lot of people who are sober read the book and it didn't trigger. It gave them a little bit of insight into their own life too. My story is not unlike any other person. I'm not that unique. It's just that I'm in a band and I consider myself to be a worm on the hook with this issue. I was on MSNBC yesterday and we're talking about a lot of stuff that's happening. You know, the big pharmaceutical companies out there.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just watched that on 60 Minutes.
Right?
That whole jive of like, you know, they're like, hey, this is terrible. And they're like, oh yeah, next, you know, just push it out there, make money.
And you know, there's a lot of talk out there about how pharmaceutical companies are sort of paying for campaigns.
Yeah.
Right. They're donating lots of money, and then when a lot of people get into a position of power, they sort of they pass these laws that are safer for the pharmaceutical company and not focusing on people. There's 142 people dying a day. 30,000 people in America are going to die this year from opiates. So if you want to be one of those statistics, keep using, and you're gonna get it. I was one of those statistics for 2 minutes. I was using street drugs. Thank God there wasn't the pill form, or if it was, I didn't know about it. So I'm a worm on the hook. I'm a guy that a lot of people know who I am, and I'm using this book and myself to try to raise awareness. And if it helps one person, wherever it is around the world, then it turned out good. Like I said, it's going to be one of the proudest things that I can look back on when I'm really retired.
Yeah.
Like when we're 100,
yeah,
we're just sitting there poolside. We're going to be fat or skinny?
I'm going skinny.
I'm going to be skinny old.
I want to be skinny old Mr. Burns.
We're going to be so skinny with turtlenecks on.
Yeah, turtlenecks.
If you remember that time.
I'm down with that, man. Skinny old men.
Skinny
old men.
That's a good name for our show.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, skinny old men.
Like we'll pitch it and we can get picked up when we're like 80 and have a 20-year run. We could die live on the show. Live.
Our heads explode like that. Yeah, like your idea.
See it all wraps around.
Yeah, full circle.
We are so smart.
Head explosion. All right, here's one. Brian, Redmond, Oregon. I was wondering, do you ever get together with Vince, Tommy, or Mick just to do some new music or just to jam?
We don't. The band didn't end. We weren't the best of friends.
Yeah.
We were all going in different directions, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I've reached out to the guys, a couple times. I reached out to Mick and asked if he wanted to do my favorite riff, that show that I'm doing on Sixth Sense. It's up on a YouTube channel. So I sit down with the different cool musicians and we just jam together. So that's really cool. That's it. Sixth Sense Radio on YouTube if you want to check those out.
I love that.
Joe Bonamassa's up there.
Yeah.
Slash just texted me.
Tom Morello.
Tom Morello's. Billy Sheehan.
John Five.
John Five. That was amazing. He's a great guitar player, great guy. So,
and you texted him?
And he was in Nashville, and he can't.
Does he
come
live
out
in
to-
Nashville now?
Lives in Nashville, so he couldn't come out and do that. And then I haven't really heard from the other guys. So time heals all wounds.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the wound is.
Yeah.
We made millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, where's the wound?
Slayed like thousands of girls and destroyed 1 million hotel rooms and have books and movies made about us.
Yeah. People care still.
I can't see a downside, but what do I know?
That's my favorite part when I interviewed you for my podcast was how honest you were about that, because I think that the whole facade that bands put out there of like it's all good, there's definitely, turmoil, and the gears of being 4 guys for 30 plus years is brutal. I always tell people, do you like everyone at your job, and how long you've been at your job? They've been there 5 years. They probably don't like most of the people they work with.
Yeah.
So
it's normal. And listen,
Yep.
when you have, like, say this is a song, and you're in a room, and, like, everybody is putting into the song, and I'm like, I love the cover. And 3 other guys are like, I don't like the cover. Well, I'm like, but this, like, I have to be in a band. I have to go, okay, so I lose by vote.
right.
I lose by vote, right? It's not, you don't go in a band, one guy's not like a dictator and says how it always is, but there's always a band leader. And I was always the band leader.
Right.
I was kind of made the band leader. And I took that role really seriously. Like, I always did the right thing for the band. The early days, I would settle the gigs, I would book the gigs, I would come up with ideas for the posters, I would go with the guys, we would design the posters. I was just proactive because I was having a good time. As the years go on, everybody's like, they have their own idea of what Motley Crue should be or
Yeah.
what they want to do. Like Tommy, we see Tommy does a lot of electronic music. Maybe doing Motley Crue doesn't work for him anymore. That's okay.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's okay. So I don't have any resentment, or I'm not sad or mad. I think I had like one of the funnest. I know I had one of the funnest times of anybody I know's lives. So what can I complain about?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's when it's going to happen again. I'm shouting it out right now. You know what I mean? Do you miss jamming with the crew? Of course, you probably do a little bit, right?
Sure. I was playing one of those. I played, what song did I play when you came?
Livewire. Oh, and then you also
10
played...
Seconds to Love.
Yeah, 10 Seconds
I was
to
like,
Love.
wow, yeah, I missed that song, That's cool.
God, that record is so great,
Yeah,
dude.
it's fun.
What
What else we got one more question?
Yeah, let's go one more. Let's see
let's
here.
make it a good one.
Yeah. Here we go.
I am an RN.
Yep.
Okay, let's see.
I am an RN who often works with addicted people.
Okay.
I would love to help them more. So I ask you, what was the inspiration to drive you to quit abusing drugs? Amy from West Harrison, Indiana.
Well, for me, it was multiple overdoses, and I believe that I had a kind of a spiritual awakening. The night that I overdosed and was pronounced dead for 2 minutes, left the hospital, went back to my house, shot up again, and woke up that next morning with a needle in my arm. I woke up and I was like, for the first time, I pulled the needle out. It was just stuck in my arm. It was in all night.
Oh,
And I just looked at it, and I just looked around my room, and I was like, I'm done.
wow.
And I never did it again.
Wow.
Like, something intervened in my life because, I went through my withdrawals, but it was not even a question. It was like, I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done. And I think that there's that in the AA program where they talk about a power greater than yourself. And some people, like, I've been to meetings, and they're like, I'm not going to use the God word. And I've kind of had a problem with the God word, too, because it was shoved down my throat a few times. So some people say, like, my higher power is the ocean or my music or whatever it is. Whatever it is, get you out of your own way, because, like, your ego is not your amigo.
Yeah.
Your
That's
ego
a great
will
one.
take you right back
Yeah.
to using again. So thanks for the question.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
we'll
Get
see you
that
guys.
book.
Yeah.
Get the
Thanks,
book.
guys.
And Friday at the Grove
Friday at
in
the Grove.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
What time do you know?
7 o'clock.
7
We'll
o'clock
see you
at
there
the
7.
Grove.
The album's coming out on Friday. The book is out now. Thank you, guys. Spread the word. Much love. See ya.